Write it, Joel, write it.
Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys Uncovered. I'm Alex, and I'm with my boy Dave over here. We got a little weekend mock draft for you. Super Bowl's over. Worst nightmares realized. Philadelphia Eagles won the whole thing. So now in 2025, we got to figure out how we're gonna win this thing. All right, how you feeling, man?
Man, I put my Cowboys hat back on. I'm back on. I trashed on them all the end of the year, but that year is over. Everyone, take a breath. We're going deep diving into how we're going to fix this thing.
Yes, sir. And we're going to get right into it. All right. We're going to do a 2025 mock draft for you. We're going to be the Cowboys here, and we're going to go all 7 rounds. So I think we're going to get 3 of these in, guys. We're going to do one based on, we're going to see how the board plays out for us first. And then, maybe we go running back early. Maybe we go trenches. We'll think about a trade here. Dave, let me first ask, do you want to try to trade up for anybody?
I don't. The only guys that were worth trading up for are not going to fall, but I would put in a trade for a guy like an Abdul Carter. That's it. I don't really think I'd trade up for anybody else from 12.
Yeah, it's a big question, but
we just need too many players, right? We need too many guys, and I think Abdul Carter is effectively maybe as good as 2 guys. So I like Abdul Carter, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's a top 3 pick. Maybe 2 quarterbacks go, but no later than 3. It looks like. So to get into that range,
Travis Hunter, he might go 4. I mean, like Travis Hunter or homeboy Abdul Carter, if they're there at like 7 or 8, but that's not going to happen.
But look, I'm putting in. We give up our first, second next year, and it has a 45% chance of being accepted. That's for the first pick. That's a lot to give up already, right?
Yeah,
so
that's too much.
Let's look at the Browns. It's basically the same odds of. Wait, let's check. No, the Browns will do it for the second pick. That's interesting, but
I think you're hoping that you get 2 quarterbacks. There's even talk of Jackson Dart somehow sneaking up in there, somehow being a top 5 pick or so, or 6 pick with the Raiders in there. Trading up is tough. Trading up. You know what? If you want to trade a pick, go get Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that was another question we asked on the last episode. Is it worth the cost? And we just saw a mock draft on NFL where they did end up doing a trade, right? At pick 12, they went in there with the Cleveland Browns, and I mean, maybe I should let you break this one down.
Yeah, so this one seems maybe slightly unrealistic, but it's an interesting thought. Is that will the Browns take 2 firsts for a disgruntled Myles Garrett with 1 year left? So what that means is 1 pick this year, 1 pick next year, which I love this deal. I'd even give them another pick next year if they give us a 4th back this year. Like maybe we give them 1, 1, and 2 next year, and we get Myles Garrett plus a 4 this year. I mean, there's a lot of ways this can work. It's a little bit pie in the sky, dreamy scenario. It's not going to happen probably, but he's put it out there, and the Browns need players. So it's an interesting thought. I'm certainly interested in that if that comes to pass. I do not want to give up more than 1 pick this year, though.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's just we got so many needs that we want to fill. So for now, we're just going to let that trade scenario kind of fester in your brain there. But
it'll be around. Someone will bring it up again next week. No doubt.
Right. So we'll go ahead and take this off the board and go ahead and get started. So it goes Cam Ward in this spot first, and then Travis Hunter, Shadur Sanders. Interesting. Abdul Carter actually falls to 8 here.
Wow.
Okay. So
over Malachi Starks.
Wow.
That seems like a big miss.
In real life, if he falls,
there's no way the Jets pass on Carter.
Yeah. Come on.
But okay, this is fun. We're just having fun here, right? So
you got Ashton Genty's gone. Mike Green goes right before us to the Niners. Before that, it was Will Campbell. And we're on the clock. So how are we feeling?
Oh man, you got to think about what's tough to get in this draft, right? What's tough to get in this draft is going to be guaranteed starting offensive linemen, guaranteed edge. I guess would be tough. I would say. I think those are the two premium positions, right?
Yeah.
So what you want to do with the first round pick is hit on a premium position, and if you take that, do I want James Pierce? In my personal book, James Pierce is lower than Simmons and Banks. Um, so for me, I'm going one of these tackles. I really like the idea of Banks because he's healthier than Simmons.
Yeah.
So that would be my pick here. And I would just close my eyes and say, you did yourself a solid for what I think would be at least a second contract with Kelvin Banks. That might be
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Banks has had a better season, and yeah, was healthy. I did a mock draft last night. I ended up taking Josh Simmons for the Cowboys because Banks went right before us to the Niners. So I like the pick. I would have taken Banks also. So let's go ahead and lock that in. So we got our trenches in, and now we're going into the second
That's a
round.
big pick. Don't sleep on the coaching staff the Cowboys put together is going to look to be utilizing their offensive line in creative ways. And I think adding another young stud there is a boon to that coaching staff.
Heck
Who do
yeah,
we got?
man. I think right here, if we're trying to stick with that trenches, I mean, there actually are some other linemen here that are pretty solid. I keep wanting to lean toward that running back. There's actually enough that would be there in the third round.
Yeah.
Some guys I like. Um, our
This is a
next
tough
pick.
one. They've made a big reset to the rankings. Maybe we didn't should have mentioned that too. This is fun because it's a whole new set of rankings. Although you got to stick to your own board, right?
Yeah, someone could slide to us. It's worth trying to see if a running back would slide here.
I agree.
Like we've already passed on Genty one, or he was already gone, so
Yeah.
we don't have to force it really. We were talking about Edge, JT Tuimalau, great pick there. He showed out
He's been
for Ohio
rising.
State.
He's been
Oh yeah,
rising quite a bit. What's his height weight again?
6'5",
And a
269.
senior. Oh man, it seems like a great player to put on your D line to maybe replace. This is your DeMarcus Lawrence replacement. I think it's him, or I mean, you look at a guy like Jalen Walker. You look at Omar Norman Lott. I think maybe he's incredibly disruptive interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, let's go with JT Tuimalau
Yeah,
and see what running back's sitting there for us in the third.
I agree. We're going.
Here we go.
Yeah. We'll ride with these rankings, and I think those are two huge upgrades to your line, to both lines.
All right, so we've
Now let's
got
see where this money player is going to be
Devin
here.
Neal. I was just watching Brashard Smith today. Dave, go ahead and
Yeah,
check him out. He's here in Texas. Just go
I
ahead
know
and
he's
check him out,
fast. I
Dave.
know he's fast as
Yeah,
a
he's
mother.
like breaking away on so many plays. Got really good feet. I was surprised SMU had this guy. 90
Maybe he'll
PFF
be in the
grade this
fifth.
past season. Really good production there. This is a guy who can catch as well. 41 receptions, a lot of deep shots. That's on 51 targets. So he's the guy that can do a lot, man. Dave, just make it
Interesting.
you got the
What's his
same
height
last
weight
name.
again?
Hey, you got the same last name. Make sure you do it for your brother. All right. Check this
All
guy out.
right. What's his height weight again? I want to see. Is he big or small?
5'10".
Okay, he's right
Probably
where you need to
really
be.
5'9" if we're being real. But
Okay,
that's
fair enough.
decent size. I always take an inch off just in case.
Yeah.
It's decent
What's wide
BMI at least.
receiver left? What wide receiver we got?
All right, so we've got Isaiah Bond, Tez Johnson,
Ooh.
Trey Harris, Jalen Knoll, and then Torrey Horton. You know, we've
Dang.
got
Okay, so we got a lot of playmakers here. I mean, you scroll here and I see 10 guys that are going to make plays in the NFL. More now. It's a deep running back wide receiver
yeah, and
class.
everybody don't forget that we don't have a fourth round pick, so this next pick is definitely crucial.
So what do you do, Tez or Trey, or you go with Neil? I think that's a good trio of guys to evaluate from right here in this spot. Bond is a little under-tooled for me. He's raw. He certainly has ability. But Tez, Devin, and Trey, that's a good trio of guys to look at and say, hey, one of these three guys is a starter for our team.
Yeah,
I don't think you could really go wrong. They are very different players. I actually might lean towards Tez here because I know he's going to get playing time. I think Trey Harris has had some injury issues, which I still love Trey Harris. I think if it, in a vacuum, I'd take Trey, but with the team makeup as it is, I think I like Tez.
Let's do it. We're going Tez Johnson. Really good receiver. One of my favorite guys to just be able to get open. I think he'll be an easy target for the quarterback and maybe easy target for some of these defenders. We'll see how that goes. Not really because they can't get a hold of him. I just worry about guys like him getting hit up and injured. But like, give us just an extra little target there that's getting freebies where the defense has to pay attention and give CD a little bit of relief on that double
Yeah,
cover.
and they can play off each other, right?
Yeah,
Imagine stacking
he should be
CD and
wide open.
Pez.
He should be like,
Yeah.
how are you going to focus on him when you got CD over there?
Put him on the same side of the field, and you're in trouble.
All right, 5th round
Yikes.
pick, Trevor Etienne. Do we do like the Dalvin Cook to James Cook brother with the Travis Etienne to Trevor Etienne?
I mean, I'm
And
seeing
hope
guys I
there's
like. Ollie Gordon's down there.
Yeah.
Brayshaw Tootin is you talk about I can't even say it.
Yeah,
Brayshaw Tootin is
I
a
agree.
breakaway guy. So we have we got 20 picks till next pick. I think you can go ahead and reach here. You don't want to lose someone because you got cute. So
what about the? Well, so do we assume Dart is higher than this, and we just pretend he's not there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he should probably be higher. Okay, so let them have him. I still say like BPA. Honestly, Kobe King.
Yeah. Linebacker would make a lot of sense.
I am
right
willing
here.
to just take a. There's more than one running back I like.
Let's go full on wait on running back, and we'll wait till our round 5, the low picks.
All right, Kobe King.
Take that defense.
So we've got 2 on offense, 2 on defense.
Coaching staff got to be happy here.
And then, I think Ollie Gordon ultimately is going to be one of our picks.
Yeah.
But we have a sandwich here. There's only 171 in between our next pick.
That makes you feel like we're good just waiting on Ollie until 175, right? Who else can we get?
So
you got another offensive lineman there, and Jonah Monheim. I don't know much about him, but can't go wrong there. Maybe another. You could use another linebacker with all the Braden Swinson. I think you're looking at another trenches play here if you can get away with it.
So
I mean, we're in the low 5s here.
Later, so let's go with Jonah Monheim.
We haven't taken him yet,
and then we can get our running back at the next pick.
Yeah, go another linebacker, and probably Ohio State one's pretty good. What's Cody Simon's height weight look like? Let's just profile this guy real quick.
So we got 6'2", 235.
Fair enough.
Good grade here. 90 run defense grade. So yeah, getting some guys who played in big moments.
Yeah.
And then check back at the running back spot.
He's gonna be gone, right?
No, we're gonna take Ollie Gordon.
We did good.
And
then here's where maybe we can get our quarterback project at Rourke.
Let's see. Rourke? How about Jake Majors as a project?
I could take another lineman. It seems. What's this Cornelius guy? Check out his stats or his height weight. How big is this big boy?
315, 6'5".
I'd be more interested in getting a tackle body than another center body because we took the other center. Take the tackle body.
Yeah, these guys can sit and wait. Maybe get another year out of Zach Martin, but either way.
Hey, we saw it this year, right? Take a second to remember. Like, we played like 11 linemen this year. So, like, I mean, maybe it wasn't 11. Maybe it was 8 or 9. But we played a lot of offensive linemen. People, you get play in the trenches. There's so many injuries. It's so hard to sustain an entire year. You got to keep picking guys. You got to keep picking big boys.
All right. We'll go maybe Rondé Gatson here.
Yeah, I think we can tap out here and just go with positions we haven't picked. Just whatever we haven't got. I think that's
a little tight end.
Fair enough.
Get a
Smail Mondon.
Yeah, get him.
That's a great pick way down late. We got some dogs on the linebackers.
Well, not if the grade says that we sucked. Then we throw it in the trash.
We could have got Luther Burden.
All right, moment of truth. B for BS.
I think that's. I mean, they thought we reached at Ollie Gordon at 175. I'm not.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like that's fine.
Yeah, brutal. It's like a 17.
But that dude, a lot of these guys, a lot of these kids would play, which I like. I think starting with tackle and then taking the pressure off of having to get a offensive lineman to come in and start. If you take one in the first, is probably the one I feel the most comfortable with because we can wait on running back and we can take a good receiver still. That pick 44 is almost kind of always going to be a BPA pick. So that's why I guess, PFF is giving us an A because we took the guy at the top of their board. That's what the Cowboys should do at that pick 44. You take a strategic pick at pick 1, take BPA at pick 2, and then just kind of cross your fingers and hope you can get a BPA for need at pick 76 because you're going to wait a long time till your next pick.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's jump into another one. All right, let's get it. And here we
I'd
go.
be happy with that. I'd walk away saying, man, we got a lot of guys that are going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
play.
Tackle, edge, wide receiver, linebacker, center. I mean, maybe these later fifth rounders. We'll see what
If you're
happens. But the running back there should hit. I think those top 3 round picks will all contribute, and that running back should definitely contribute. So you got at least 4 guys that can replace people from
Yeah,
2024.
and I love that you went with a couple linebackers and just said, hey, we're going to get strong because we sucked against the run, and it's hard to draft good defensive tackles. There are a lot of good ones in this draft, but it just didn't fall to us. We're going to have to hope in that draft that we also signed Oso Digizua.
Yeah, and here's just their big board for quick reference. But um, the fact that Abdul Carter went at 8 in that last mock, I doubt that happens again. Like, what was that? So let's go ahead and jump back into another one, and let's see. Maybe we get a Genty that falls. So we'll see what happens. Went to the Bears last time at pick 10. Here we go. And we're gonna pass on the trade. Keep it going. Jump right into it. So Abdul Carter goes 4 this time. It goes
Here we
Cam Ward,
go.
Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan, Abdul Carter, Malachi Stark, Shador Sanders, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Will Campbell. So and then James Pierce Jr., Luther Burden. So we're not going to get Will Campbell this time. He goes a little bit earlier, but like you were saying, Ashton Genty's here.
Ashton Genty, I think we have to do it. We look at who's available here, and it's a lot of good players. I mean, man, when you think back at the Texans draft when they were able to grab 2 top like 12 guys in the first, unfortunately, it hasn't really. Those guys have been great, but if you had 2 top 12 picks in this draft, you would really
Yeah,
absolutely just run away with a good set of players.
yeah. And with that last draft, man, how do you feel about the way that the running back situation went? I felt like even in the second round, I wasn't in love with the options, but it was really for me. It's kind of like Trevion Henderson's my guy in the second round. I
Well,
think I
yeah,
think next time let's try to get a second round running back, see how we feel about the team.
I agree. And here's what I'll say: I think what's the easiest position for you, Alex, to evaluate?
Oh man, I think
Is it running back or
I
receiver?
think it's receiver.
It feels
Um,
like running back and receiver are the easiest. My point is that I think those 2 positions are now being scouted heavily by the masses, and so
yeah,
you're seeing wide receivers and running backs rise up the rankings. I think, and that's how it is for me too. Like I can look at running backs and feel like I have an idea what's going on with a running back, but it's harder to get the nuances of a linebacker, an edge rusher, a offensive lineman. So what I think is happening now in this phase of our mock drafting, and thank God we've already done so many of these,
yeah,
that I feel like what we can recognize is this age of mock probably through the end of the month before the combine is going to see these running backs and receivers rise and rise and rise because it feels like it's easier to evaluate them. And then we're going to get these guys in underwear at the combine. And I think you're going to see the traits of the big guys start to level out the playing field a little bit. Because when you're a big old dude at 310 and you can move, you start to gain ground on these little skimpy guys that, these. So I think we're going to see this evolve. And yeah, the running backs are getting a stock boost.
yeah. I totally agree, and really, I think in this next one we try to trade back, just trade back later in the first round. We'll do it that way,
Okay.
and see what's there. Because I saw Marion Hampton go to the Texans at like pick 25. I still like him as like really between him and Trevion Henderson, kind of my top 2. But I think Hampton's got it for me. So here at this pick, we can still go get a receiver. Jack Besh was at the Senior Bowl. We talked about him. He was looking good. I want to see if there's any linemen that slipped through the cracks. Like
I
this guy's
mean,
really good for this
you
pick.
got homeboy from Alabama is there, Booker. I think if Booker is here at this pick, he's this
Yeah,
is
with
I'd be
Genty and
this is the guy for me at this pick. It's unfortunate. It looks like the defensive tackles have kind of sunk a little bit, or maybe they've risen. I don't know. We haven't been going through where they're going. Normally, right now in our other drafts, we would be looking at defensive linemen here at the top of the board. It's Booker right here is. I think Booker is the guy. That's who I would want here.
let's do it.
Yeah, let's take him, and we'll go
All
quick.
right, Genty. Now Tyler Booker. There we go. And we are back on the clock. Yeah, I mentioned Dylan Gabriel earlier in our chat. Um, he's was former player for one of our new coaches.
Yep. I like Josiah Stewart here. I think he's got a lot of. I think this is the last edge guy. And I just I've
A
only
great,
seen a little bit of him, but I've heard a lot about how he's gonna be a. I mean, he's a little undersized, but I've heard that he's not. You'd think he's a quick around the edge guy, but for an undersized guy, he's got a lot of pop, and a lot of his best highlights are him running right through guys, which I love at a guy at 6'1". Um, but you're not going to get an Abdul Carter right here. You kind of have to get a guy that has some of the tools. I think Josiah Stewart's good. I think if I were to have a second choice, it would maybe be. We're gonna have to wait a long time to our next pick. What do you think, Alex? Should we go with? Um, I mean, some of our traditional killers row here is Trey Harris, Tez Johnson, and I saw Deion
yeah, but
Walker.
I'm just not super confident that any third round wide receiver is going to be that answer. If we're looking
They're
for that
not
wide
gonna beat.
receiver too, like
They're gonna
we
beat
have
Jalen
to hit.
Tolbert out.
Yeah, but like, and I like Trey Harris. It's just
Maybe we trade for Cooper Kupp here too. Like the Cowboys have too many holes. Every one of these mocks is going to have, we couldn't get this position because there's just too many holes on this team before free agency hits. I think a young edge rusher is a great idea. I
yeah.
think,
Let's do it. Mix
yeah,
it up. I've got plenty of mocks with Trey Harris, and
so do I. Yeah, we booked our Trey Harris love.
yeah.
If
So
y'all didn't see that, just know we are Trey Harris stands.
yeah, I hope the Cowboys go get him. Got him on the thumbnail here, man. So yeah, let's make it happen, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
Okay, so let's just take a quick look. Took Kobe King last time. Your boy Nick Nash.
Nick Nash should be interesting. We didn't take a receiver yet, right?
No, so I was looking at that for
What about
that first guy,
running
but
back?
it was really kind of. I just don't. It's kind of the same argument. Like we got to make a move in free agency at this point.
Yeah,
If this is your strategy, you're not going to be leaning on this guy.
you're
If
right.
Dak's talking about we're ready to compete now, whatever receiver we get here, it's not going to be the difference maker.
You know, you're so right in that. Do we even? Maybe we just draft a running back and receiver later and say we weren't ever counting on these guys. We're just going to grab the absolute depth of this draft and we're going to go ahead and take BPA here, which you've got Quinn Ewers there. You got Tyler Barron, which I don't know a whole lot about, but another edge could never hurt. I mean,
Yeah,
think
give us
about it.
viewers. That's a little backup pick.
Okay.
We're 20 picks away. We're back on the clock, and yeah, we'll get Cody Simon here. I think did we take him in the last one?
We did.
We did Monheim
Maybe we
as
go
well.
Stutzman. Maybe we go Stutzman because he's an Oklahoma guy. Let's just go with that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't have to analyze all of these. You're
and
right.
go John Williams maybe.
You got your
I like
basic. You
the
got Tootin.
Emery
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah, little
Let's
double
take
tap.
Tootin. Yeah. Who did we get at running back earlier? We got Gentry, right?
Ashton. Yeah, so he's not gonna get a ton of love, but we don't have any running back signed.
We didn't go. No,
Only, yeah.
There's a receiver we can get. Nobody at receiver. No, Ricky White. I mean, he's later. Yeah, maybe. Okay, we go somewhere else and we come back to receiver.
We've got at this one. We've got 2 picks in this round, so we can do one at receiver. So Emery Jones. Maybe.
Yeah, I think Emery Jones is a great idea.
We'll go Emery Jones and
Yeah.
then Ricky White. Let me look at Ty Felton first. Like the
yeah
yards per out run 2.3. Let's check on Ricky White. A lot better 2.93. Let's go Ricky White here. Check the height.
That's good.
6'1", 190.
I think this guy would compete with Tolbert. I can't imagine Tolbert actually. I mean, hey, if he takes a step forward, then we're in a good spot.
Cool. So we took Zeke one of these
Zeke
times.
figures, just take him. Now we're just kind of filling in the didn't take guys.
Boom. So that. Oh yeah, and then we wanted Elijah Clark.
Yeah.
So 7th rounder. We'll go with Alabama guy. No, we just took a safety.
Oh.
One of them could win.
The other Jalen Walker? Let's take the other Jalen Walker and say we got a card wrong.
Boom.
Not that Jalen Walker. That's funny.
All right, so this one we're gonna try to do a trade. Try to get a trade in.
Yeah, let's see if we can go back to the
Trade back.
Broncos and make them give us a
So
second.
let's pick 20. Broncos at
Yeah,
pick 20, and guys, just so you can quickly see this draft board. Boom.
that would be a
That's
fun draft.
we
That
took
would be
there.
fun.
Trade back with the Broncos.
Yeah, see if we can trade back with the Broncos, or I think who's right below them. Below them. See if we can't get a second. If we can get a second,
So let's
if
go to
not, we'll
pick
go with the third.
19. Yeah, they got some other mock drafts going on here. Check these guys out. Shout out PFF and them. All right, let's go. 7 rounds. Back on the clock. And let's see. So we can just start working it now, just in case someone else trades away some assets that we might want in our deal. So we go to Broncos, $20 right before that at 19. We traded back to the 19 before, and I wanted to make a Buka, but he was gone. But then, like a different mock, he was there. But we didn't trade in that one, so it's just tough range. I feel like
that's why it's likely, because there will be guys somebody wants, and it's probably Genty. I think Genty is the best trade piece we have. We can sit there with Genty on the board at 12, and we will get our second round pick, I think.
we could try to go with like a AFC team, so either Colts or Bengals. I think any of these teams will trade with us. Like I know Cardinals. I don't think Cardinals are going to go for Mecca Buka. Is what I'm thinking. Or who did you want at this pick? To see who falls, but you just want BPA.
Yeah, you see who. Yeah, just BPA, because I think
Bengals.
then you're just going for. Then you have some numbers to play with. You have 4 picks in the top 120 or whatever, and I think you just kind of have to. You have to put your logic cap on and really make sure you figure it out. You can't do the shit willy nilly.
So we can get a second in 2026 real easy, or we can try to get this second, which is not a playoff second.
If we're going to talk
66% chance.
Yeah, I mean, give them a third for next year or something. I don't care.
Kick on one of these compensatories.
They're probably not going to give a crap about those.
Yeah, we'll
try that 150.
Anyway. 150.
Oh, 65%. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's about the same. We'll go with the 170.
Yeah,
off of the trade. All right, getting greedy. Let's go with.
Give them 150 because we're agreeing that it's just better, you know.
They don't want that either.
Okay.
So
maybe try the Bengals then. I'm sorry, the Broncos.
Let's go Broncos.
Because 20 is fine. I think going down to 20 is that's the most I really want to go down, and I think it'll get us the biggest return.
So they'll let's see. We want their 52, and they'll just do it just for this, straight up.
Yeah, let's see if we can get their 4th or something. Shit, if they're gonna be all crazy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, dude.
They got a guy they want.
Offer the trade. Shit, yeah. Yeah?
No.
Throw them 150. Throw them 150. We're gonna make this one work.
We're giving them 175, and they're gonna enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Got them.
Yes. All right. Hey, the small victories on February, whatever we're at right now, middle of the month.
All right.
Man, doesn't that feel much better?
This is gonna be a Valentine's Day pod. All right. So here we go. We're at 20 now. Let's see who went at our spot, and then after that, so
12 went Simmons.
Let me go off the top. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Sanders, McMillan, Carter, Graham, Campbell, Starks, Burden, Will Johnson, Mike Green, Josh Simmons, Tyler Warren, James Pierce Jr., Ashton Genty at 15. So that's where we would have had to go to actually get him. Mecca Buka goes at 16. So I even said Cardinals wouldn't take him, and they are the exact team that took him. Jack Sawyer, Edge, goes to the Bengals. So Michael Williams and Shamar Stewart. None of the guys other than Emeka I cared about got taken. So everyone else is still in play, to be honest.
There's a lot of good players here. There's Banks, there's Golden, Grant, Nolan, Mimbo, Hampton. I mean, damn, there's a lot of good players here.
He's really good. He had a good Senior Bowl showing.
I need to check him out.
Yeah, do that. Anyway,
I'm gonna let you take the charge on this one. We did the trades. We got it all set. Who's your guy here, Alex?
I'm still gonna go Kelvin Banks at this late.
All right, I didn't want to say it 2 times in a row, but if you're in on it,
he's falling. I'm gonna take him here.
It just makes sense, right?
Yeah, and we got the extra value on top of it.
Yeah, this will hopefully dwarf the last draft, right?
Princely U's a great pick at the spots.
Yeah,
He's not
Princely's a
even he hasn't
great
even
pick.
been there for us. So
No, he's never. I
so
mean,
if we
do
need
it.
to tap
Don't even think twice.
edge and tackle, and
Oh,
so those are two big needs.
shiz.
And
Man,
Jalen Walker's sitting here, and,
Jalen
and this is their
Walker.
pick. So this is the Denver pick. I like the running back here, but Walker is just not someone we really had access to at the spot.
Dude.
Let's see, a receiver. It's not that too compelling here at receiver anyway.
No,
So it's
and I mean, maybe we have another pick in 20 picks. We'll probably. I think we should get our running back here, to be honest, because we've had to kind of wait on running backs, and we got kind
yeah.
of like, let's go for a nice meaty middle running back here. And I think I like Caleb Johnson here. I got to trust what I felt when I watched the tape. I just watched the highlights, and if you watch Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, and Quinshon Judkins, you're going to see three really damn good backs, and Sampson. But I think Caleb's just was a notch above the other guys.
Let's do it. Caleb Johnson, welcome to the squad. Dylan Sampson, he's nice, super fast. He ends up going to the Bills here.
Damn, Travion is still
Oh
there. Oh no!
Why didn't that
Damn,
happen in the last one? Come on,
I can't believe that.
that's
Well,
brutal. We should have
that's okay.
definitely
We'll
taken.
do 20 more of these before the combine, Alex. So we're
Yeah,
gonna be all right. But damn, I can't believe he's still there. But at the
yeah, you
same
can't.
time, I do think Caleb is better, and it may not be
Yeah.
by a lot. It's not a whole round's worth, but damn.
What about
Josiah Stewart's there.
yeah?
You got Charles
Elijah
Grant,
Royal's good, but we might
Elijah
not have.
Arroyo.
Yeah, we just might
He's
not have that need at tight end.
we don't. You're right. Maybe go a little bit lower.
Nick
See who else we got.
Amanwari's good.
Oh my
Still some
God, Trey
receivers.
Harris is still there.
We could just
Did we
get
take our
that.
receiver yet?
No.
Oh
So
shit,
we could
dude.
just do that, and we haven't taken Bond yet. Everyone has had their opinion on it, so I'm fine passing on him. Just get Trey Harris this time to switch it up.
Just give us Trey Harris, please.
There we
Stop
go.
teasing us. Yes.
Boom.
This
All
draft
right.
kicks
Bond
ass.
goes next. Gunnar Helm.
This is a wild ride. This is the weekend
Travion.
of just. Oh my God. Hey,
Travion is with the Seahawks. Go ahead.
talk about shots. All right. If this happens, we're gonna all be in Jordan's living room.
Yeah.
Taking
So Kelvin
shots.
Banks Jr. in the first at pick 20. We traded with the Broncos. Then Princely U, Caleb Johnson as our RB1. Trey Harris complimenting CeeDee Lamb, get him in the third. That Caleb Johnson pick, by the way, that was the Broncos pick we got.
Disgusting.
And here we
And
go.
we got 120, dude. Oh my God. There's gonna
we
be
got a fourth
really good there too.
Yeah, so we solved that problem of not having a fourth round pick. Jalen Noel would have been a nice receiver. I just forget.
And we still got an O lineman and a D lineman. This is my dream draft right here. OL, DL, running back, receiver, but we have to trade to get a higher pick than 150.
Yeah, if we were to do this trade, we would have we could have waited on running back because we have this fourth round. I just forgot we had the fourth round here. There's still some guys.
Well, we're gonna pilfer. We're gonna get some linebackers. We're gonna get maybe another D lineman if we can find one.
Jared Wilson then. Or
see if we can get a D lineman. Is there not a D lineman?
Yeah, Joshua Farmer if you want.
Farmer.
Pal Riley.
Cy Alexander, or no, he's a corner. I don't know. Anything sticking out to you? Nothing's sticking out to me. I would take some of these other guys I just mentioned, but
yeah, we'll
wait,
be back on the clock
in
in 30
Who was
picks.
down there? It was from A&M. It wasn't. Keep going. Get the A&M.
Shamar Turner. And we'll be back on the clock in 30 picks.
Yeah. Check his height, weight.
300.
I like that.
6'4".
All right, fair enough. Let's go closer to BPA here. Let's be smart. Jack Kaiser, Josh Farmer, you pick.
Okay. Let's see.
See how big this big boy is. This Miami kid.
Farmer. The name sounds big.
Ooh.
We go Kaiser.
All right, cool.
All
Yes.
right, now we're back on the clock. 30 picks later.
I like Shamar Turner here.
You're just eyeballing, so let's get that one. Then if we still have two more here.
This draft is so good. This is my favorite draft I think we've ever done. Put it in the thumbnail. Favorite draft we've ever done.
Got you. Let's do it. Emory Jones. Wait, let's see what we took already. So Kelvin Bank. Yeah, here we go. Let's go Emory Jones here.
Okay, I'm in, dude. Now we don't have to freaking hope that that Terrence Steele is just gonna be good again.
Here we go. Let's see. Anything left? Not so much. So
Maybe quarterback. Maybe we take a guy, or a receiver. We can. I mean, imagine a scenario where we can't figure out a way to keep Turpin. You know, like that. He's a restricted free agent. We're going to be able to tender him. But maybe someone takes us up on that tender. Maybe that's how we get our 4th round pick back or our 3rd round pick back. So don't be afraid to double up on receiver. You could also go with
this
a
guy,
secondary. We
Fortune.
could absolutely use that. Actually, might be it.
Yeah,
I think you found it.
O'Donnell Fortune. Yeah, here we go. OD.
I think you found it.
And then here we can double tap Ollie Gordon, or we can do Jalen Smith as a receiver. Or sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. But let's see.
I think we got 3 picks left. Maybe that linebacker, maybe another linebacker or defensive lineman. We get a big fat. We got Smart Turner.
Yeah,
Ooh, Luke Lacey. Remember our old friend?
yeah. There's just so many other tight ends that I like that he ends up getting
Okay.
buried.
Yeah. I think that most of them are gone. I'll go back up for BPA. Let's just see. Let's just make sure we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. Okay, quarterback, running back. Is Achille Arnold a guy? I mean, we haven't taken him. I don't think in a mock.
Not
He
great
seems pretty
grades.
average. Yeah, average or
So
less. Ollie Gordon
nothing.
does seem to be good. Jay Higgins might be a guy here. I've heard his name. I really don't know much about him. Check Jay
I like the
Higgins.
grade. So
Let's go,
if
Jay
we're taking
Higgins.
someone late, then we need someone that's performed well.
Great analysis. I agree.
Yeah, and then here, uh, yeah, let's just take some other guys that have played
Yeah,
decent. Did we take? We took. No, we didn't get the safety. So
yeah.
let's go with that. And yeah, we end up. It doesn't even feel like we lost any picks because even though we gave up that later pick, we gained one on the front end,
Yep.
or maybe 2. All right, so final one, just get a project.
Another receiver. Grab that guy, Jonte Wester.
Yeah, maybe Dion will come coach us. No.
Man,
All
this one got me jacked up. I got jacked up. I was officially jacked.
right.
Just saying.
Every time we get this Dylan Sampson critique,
I
every
know.
time.
I'm maybe I should go back and watch him again. I mean, but I think Caleb is a whole notch better than Sampson, in my opinion. What was our total score there?
All right, so this time we get an A minus.
Dude, this is if we have this draft, dude. First of all, I'm gonna scoop slam you into the coffee table, Alex. All right, and I'll take the consequences that come with it. I'll give you a free one. But I just this is incredible. I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not really
look at that.
familiar
Look
with Kaiser, right? Jack or Kisser, and I'm not familiar with O'Donnell Fortune. We're just trying to go best available at some spots that we know we need. Whenever we get to a spot, where we're not really sure, and I
yeah,
think
that was
that's
a
a great.
steal with
Isn't that
Kevin
the best
Banks.
strategy?
Kevin Banks. Yeah.
If you're not sure, go BPA,
Yeah,
and
look
that's
at
what
who
you
they
should do.
took. They went up, took a tackle who's injured, and he's should be one of the best. And in the mock draft I did last night for the entire NFL for the Cowboys, I ended up selecting Josh Simmons at the same spot. So like I'm with it. I'm with the pick.
He's a
But
great.
we
I
end
mean,
up
all
getting
we
a
need
good
is a
guy.
combine. All we need is a combine to figure it out.
Yeah.
And this is what I didn't quite get when I didn't do as much research ahead of time on the combines. There are specific guys I really want to know how their medical goes. Will Johnson, Josh Simmons. Who else can you think of?
Medical wise,
I know those 2 guys are my 1 and 2.
Trey Amos. I want to know. He got banged up at the Senior
Is
Bowl,
he
but he's
corner?
supposed to be a good cornerback. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
want to know his health status.
I mean, there's 1 and 2. I mean, there's 3 guys. Rebel. We want to make sure these guys are coming out with healthy bill of health.
Nick Gordon's a guy who fell for us when we were watching tape, so maybe combine we see just some crazy athleticism or something like
Well,
that.
we're gonna see some. I mean, Walter Nolan, I think he's gonna earn himself maybe a top 10 pick. I mean, here's what people are saying about Nolan: an A plus traits guy, like a C plus effort guy, and smarts guy. So, does the team want to go ahead and draft that and coach him? I mean, talk about our guy Brian Broaddus and our guy Botch, right? What do they always say? Like, what the f is coaching for?
Yeah.
Coaching is there for guys just like Walter Nolan. Like coaching is there. You get a guy who has all the traits in the world. He might on one out of every 6 or 7 plays be caught looking at butterflies or be bored or whatever it is. That's what you get when these when they can force the issue and move guys left and right and get to the quarterback or whatever the situation is. Just like with these smart kids in school, like sometimes they need structure. They need real structure, and you can have a guy just blossom and become a nasty. I think Nolan has a great future ahead of him. I don't think the Cowboys are in position right now to bank on a guy like that. I
Yeah.
think he needs a good mentor. I don't think he's got a great mentor. I think, is that an indictment on Micah Parsons? Kind of, sort of.
Let's before we wrap up, let's do one more little kind of tier break thing. So we traded back to 20. I feel good about the pick we got there. But if we didn't have Kelvin Banks there, would you have been fine with Shamar Stewart, or would you have been fine with Michael Williams? I think yes in some of those spots, but where is the cutoff for you?
To me, I'm still okay going as far okay, let's say we're at 20. I wouldn't hate Nolan or Grant there because we have such a need at defensive interior that you're basically drafting for need if you're taking those two guys. Matthew Golden, I think, is still a fine player, but I think we nailed it,
Mimbu.
dude.
I'm Mimbu.
I think we nailed it with Banks there.
Yeah,
But
great pick.
if he's not there, I wouldn't be upset with one of these defensive linemen. It's just such a big need. It's such a big need for the Cowboys, and go up a few more above that. Just like let's say Banks is not there, and like go up.
The behind our pick, so
Go
19
up and
range.
see who. Where's the guy? Where's the tackle taken?
Oh
Was
yeah,
Banks the
so
first?
it
Okay,
was our
Simmons.
pick. It was our pick, and then before
So
that
let's say they
was
take
Will Campbell, who took in the other
Banks,
draft.
right? Let's say Banks goes there, and then like Simmons goes a little bit lower. Maybe we can get a guy like James Pierce Jr. Maybe
Yeah,
we get Ashton Genty, Egbuka. I'm not as excited about Sawyer, Mikael Williams, or Shamar Stewart in the
I
first
think we just
round.
got lucky there. I was targeting that pick 16. That's kind of where I feel is my sweet spot. If
It's
we
kind of
can,
crazy. There were four edges taken in 5 picks there,
I
or
was like,
six
wow,
picks.
we got our tackle somehow.
And to be honest, Mikael Williams, Jack Sawyer, these guys have great ability,
Yeah,
and
good
Shamar Stewart.
players.
But I just to get a guy. Here's the thing: like, isn't it so much better to get a Zach Martin than to get uh, a guy who maybe that's too unfair to say, but these guys who have high there's no injury problems with Kelvin Banks. He might be one of the safest picks in the top 20. He may not be the best pro, but when you're a team like the Cowboys, you need 4 or 5 starters out of this draft, and starters I include a third receiver and a third corner and things like that. So yeah, but that's what the Cowboys need, and what a great way to start it off, getting a guy like Banks.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, good draft. Good stuff.
That was fun, man. We had some. Man, Jerry, just put me in, coach. I think we can do this, dude.
Yeah, let's make it happen. And appreciate you guys watching. This is Cowboys Uncovered. And we are about 70 days away from the draft, 200 days away from week 1. So
Woo!
buckle up. Buckle up. We got some moves to make. All right. And we will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
Peace.
Write it, Joel, write it.